If you own a farm in Nigeria but live abroad, watch this. If you are running a farm in Nigeria while living abroad, watch and listen to this video. It's very important. We experienced something on our farm that shows the real risk of remote farm management. I will be sharing with you right now 4 major points. And number 1 is what went wrong, what we noticed, why this happens to many diaspora farmers, and what you must do differently. If you own a farm in Nigeria but you live abroad, this can happen to you. And when it happens, you may not even know that's the reality of pig farming. Now, we almost learned this the hard way, because one of the biggest risks in agriculture investment is not the animals, and it's not even the market, but rather it is the fact that you are not physically present. When you are far away, you rely on people, and honestly, that is where the problem starts. Everything can look normal on the surface. What do I mean by that? The farm is running, yes. The animals are there, yes. The routine is being followed, yes. But underneath, something can already be going wrong. And the dangerous part is this. It doesn't happen suddenly. It starts small. I mean, very small. Something that looks insignificant. Something you could easily ignore. That is exactly what happened to us. At first, we didn't see a major problem. There was no obvious crisis, no dramatic failure, so to say. Just small inconsistencies. Things that didn't completely make sense. And if you are not paying attention, you will ignore those signs. But in farming, small problems don't stay small. They grow gradually, slowly, quietly, but consistently, until one day they become very expensive. This is how many farm investments fail. Not because of one big mistake, but because of many small ones that were ignored, especially when you are managing from abroad. Because distance creates a false sense of control. In most cases, you think everything is fine, but you are not seeing the full picture. And the truth is simple. If you don't have strong systems, you are not managing a farm. You are just gazing. And gazing in farming costs money. I mean, real money. And this is why remote farm management is one of the most misunderstood part of agriculture. People think the challenge is starting, but it's not. While others think the challenge is by feeding your animals. That is also not. But the real challenge is having real control. When I mean control, I mean control of operations, control of processes, control of what is actually happening when you are not physically there. Because once you lose control, you start losing results. And results in farming are directly connected to profit. So when something starts going wrong, you may not notice immediately, but you will feel it later. Maybe by their growth, or in performance, or in their outcomes. And by the time it becomes obvious, you have already lost that money, which is your profit, and that is your reason of doing the business. This is the reality most people don't talk about, especially those promoting agriculture from backside. They show you success. They show you numbers of pigs they have, but they don't show you this part, which is the part where things go wrong quickly. The part where you have to answer questions. The part where you have to question what is really happening in your farm. The part where you realize that trust alone is not enough. Because trust without verification is a risk. And a risk without control becomes loss. So, if you are abroad or planning to invest in farming, this you must understand clearly. You are not just investing in animals. You are investing also in people. You are investing in system. And you are also investing in processes. And if those processes are weak, everything becomes weak. That is why serious farming is not about food. It is about having a good structure. It is about being disciplined. And it is about having a system that works even when you are distance or miles away. When your presence is not there physically. Because if your farm only works when you are present,
078
then
and the 0
it is not a system.
and 003. Look at
It is dependence. And dependence is very dangerous.
Okay.
This is the lesson we have learned
Then
in real time.
I bet this side now.
And this is why we are documenting everything.
This side now here now woman.
Not to show
005
our perfection
and 012.
but to show
so I'm just like
the
I will
reality.
this children now. No, this one now. This
if you understand this early,
join here with these children not here.
you avoid mistakes later.
Both height
and that
body
alone
and
can
so I
save
will almost
you
012 and 005.
And if you avoid those mistakes, you protect your investment. The real question is not can farming really work? Rather, the real question should be, can you manage it properly, especially from a distance? Because that is where most people fail. If you want to understand this level of farming and see how we continue to handle situations like this, subscribe and tell me in the comments, if you had a farm, would you trust workers completely, or would you monitor everything? Because that decision alone can determine whether you make money or you lose it. Thanks for watching, and see you again in our next video.